You're called and they tell you you're drafted, you've agreed to sign, and then they say you're going to a place called Jamestown, New York. What did you know about Jamestown, New York?
I knew absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I thought I was going to be in closer to New York City,
mm-hmm.
New York. You know, I thought it was going to be kind of more of a bigger city setting, lots of people everywhere. You know, that kind of environment. And then I get here and it's about like where I live now.
Right.
You know, it's not much different. You know, it's not as hot in the summer, but I mean, it's pretty much the same place.
You know, managers come in many sizes and dimensions and temperaments, from guys that are very active, very rah-rah, to those who sit back and let the players play.
Mm-hmm.
Where did Bo fit into that?
Bo, and I liked Bo a lot, and the reason I liked Bo a lot is because he knew when to be the motivator. He knew when to be the guy that got into you a little bit when you needed it. But he wasn't the kind of coach that was yelling all the time at you. You know, he wasn't he didn't like treat you like you were below him. You know, he taught you what he knew. You know, if you asked for help, he'd help you. If you said, hey, you know, something feels wrong, I have no idea what it is, something feels wrong, be like, all right, well, let's go out and hit and look at it. You know, let's see what you're doing.
Right.
You know, and the guy knows the game, knows how to score runs. You know, he makes everybody better.
Right.
You know, and that's why he's with the big league team now. You know, he's a great coach, great third base coach.
One night I'm going to the ballpark and I look over and I see him sitting in the lounge chair with Jim Fleming. And I said, what are you doing there? And he said, well, I got a little vacation from the game. Were you involved at all when he was thrown out of the game and ultimately suspended for a few games?
I wasn't.
What was the game? Set that up. Was it against Auburn? Remember?
I think it was Auburn. What happened was we had hit a home run to take the lead. It was a leadoff guy, John Rainer. He hit a home run to take the lead. I think it was a grand slam or a 3-run. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And we took the lead by 1. It was like the God. What happened? What was it? It was the bottom of the 8th, and we took the lead. And there was like no outs or 1 out, so we still had at least a couple of at bats. And our 2-hole guy gets up, and I'm on deck, and he drills our 2-hole guy in the back, in like 95, right in the back, just drills him. Okay, so he has to leave the game. You know, he can't. You know, his whole left arm is numb, and you know, so Bo's yelling, and everybody's yelling, and bench is almost clear. You know, because we knew we hit him on purpose. It was obvious. He gives him the warning. We come out, we hit the guy, throws our pitcher out. Bo gets Bo gets into it, starts yelling, throws Bo out, whatever. And anyways, it was one of the things where, you hit our player, we're gonna hit yours.
Right.
That's baseball. You put one of our guys down, one of your guys is going down.
Right.
If you don't want a guy to hit a 3-run bomb, don't throw him a fastball right down the middle of the plate. But it was one of the things where, Bo did what he had to do. He was defending us.
Right.
And I think he's, that's why he's one of the great coaches.
Right.
Because he'll do whatever to defend his team. He looks out for the team. So, but that was funny. That was a crazy night.
Timeline your career here. You were an all-star, the New York Penn League All-Star.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a variety of awards. You're the most valuable player on the Jamestown team, which is terrific. As you look at the season ahead and you timeline yourself, where do you see yourself 2, 3, 4 years from now?
Well, my goal, and you got to have goals.
Of course.
My goal is to be in the big leagues in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's my goal. I think it's very reasonable. I don't think it's overshooting. I don't think it's undershooting. If I make it in 3, great. If I make it in 6, great. But I shoot for 5. 5 years, total years, including this Jamestown year, so 4 more years,
right.
To get into the big leagues.
Right.
That's the steps that I want to take. The guy's he's so consistent. You know, he can spot his fastball, he can spot his slider, he can spot his changeup. I mean, the guy's he's consistent. And I think that's what it takes to get to the big leagues, to be consistent. Because you're going to have off days and you're going to have on days. It's how many times you have your off days and how many times you have your on days. So he's definitely one. John Rayner, played center field and right field. Great player, amazing speed, great power. Cousins, as long as he stays healthy, he's fast, smart base runner, good power from the left side. Guy that's not in this picture, Logan Morrison, guy's 19 years old and he has big league power right now. Right. I mean, it's impressive to watch this kid take BP.
What was your reflections on being here for, 2.5 months?
You know, I like Jamestown. You know, I think I like it because it's a lot like where I live. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not real big, not real small. You know, it's easy to find your way around. You know, once you've been somewhere once, you know where it is every time. Right. You know, I would have liked to. My first year in Pro Bowl, I played in front of a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Obviously, but who doesn't want to play in front of a lot of people? If you don't, you're in the wrong profession. But you know, I enjoyed everybody that I played with. You know, we had a good time. You know, there wasn't ever any beef, I guess is what you'd call it, between anybody. You know, the staff was great. You know, and I love the field. For some reason, everybody's like, oh, the field's so terrible. I liked it for some reason. I seemed to play really well on it. Just one of the things, I guess. You have your fields you play good on, your fields you don't. Sure. But, I had a good time. I think it was a very good first year experience for me.
Are you glad to be where you are, in the sense of that the way they bring their people up is fast-tracking?
Yeah, that I would say if there's one of the organizations to be in, as far as being a young player, Marlins is one of them. Yeah. They win ball games at the big league level, and they bring up young guys fast. And so it's definitely good, for me, because they're willing to give the young guy the shot. Right. Whereas there's a lot of organizations where they don't bring up young guys. Mm-hmm. Yankees, they don't bring up any young guys. Right. Very rarely does it happen. They just buy their players, right. But they can do that. Right. So it's definitely one of the better organizations I feel to be in, and that's why I'm extremely happy.
Great, this is terrific. Thank you. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Thank you.